Hello，大家好，我係 Cheryl。咁最近我就喺 Instagram 同埋喺 YouTube 嗰度收到一啲關於 Calgary 衣食住行嘅問題。咁所以喺呢個 video 咧 I want to try my best to answer those questions and also give you an idea of what Calgary is like. But again 呢一個咧係一個based on 我自己個人經歷嘅 video，so you have to do your own research as well. 唔可以單憑我所講嘅嘢去決定 you know whether or not Calgary is the right place for you. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, without further ado, let's begin. Alright, 有好多人都問我 Calgary 嘅天氣係點嘅咧？係咪好大風啊？係咪落好多雪啊？Yes， 其實雖然 Calgary 真係有啲大風，但係呢啲風咧其實係對我哋有益處嘅 ，especially 一啲叫做 Chinook 嘅風啦。Like during winter time, these winds helps us to have a warmer winter. 佢哋幫我哋溶咗啲雪嘅，so it's like more bearable. I guess the downside is that it's really dry. Calgary 係比較乾燥啲嘅城市啦，咁所以如果你有啲 face mask 啊或者啲厚啲嘅 lotion 嘅話咧 ，it would be very beneficial if you put them to use. 仲有一樣嘢咧，就係我哋嘅5月同埋6月咧，係會落雪嘅。佢唔係成個月都會落住，咁但係可能會有一兩日會落雪啦。Okay, I have another video that also talks about the weather in Calgary， 所以你可以 click 嚟睇一睇嘅。講到食個方面咧，其實我覺得 Calgary 都有好多選擇嘅。有唐人餐啊，又有韓國餐啊 ，like Japanese, Indian, Vietnamese, like French, Italian, like we pretty much have everything. On average， 一個人出去食嘢嘅錢咧係大約15蚊至到20蚊到啦 ，depending on where you want to go and how fancy you want to be. But I feel like $15 is enough for you to feel full and also have a good meal. On top of that, of course, 有5% 嘅 GST 同埋要俾 tip 嘅。People in Canada are pretty generous, and we understand that our servers also work very hard, so you know they kind of deserve it. Yeah, we want to take good care of our servers. 當你嚟到 Calgary 嘅時候咧 the one thing you have to eat is our beef. Because Alberta 嘅 beef 咧係特別肥美啲嘅。當你揸車經過啲農場嘅時候咧，你見到我哋啲牛咧，其實係好肥嘅。咁但係去到 Vancouver 嘅時候咧，佢哋啲牛好瘦嘅。I don't know why. Once in a while, I would go to a restaurant and have steak. 咁但係我覺得最好食嘅 steak 咧，其實係喺人哋嘅 backyard 嗰啲 barbecue grill 嗰度 grill 出嚟嘅 steak，like。Yeah, definitely make friends that have like a barbecue grill so they can make steak for you. It's the best thing ever. Alright, 講到住嘅話咧 one of the biggest reasons why people want to move to Calgary is because our housing prices are just a lot more affordable compared to other cities like Toronto or Vancouver. 我自己搬出嚟住嘅時候咧，我都係黐住 Calgary 嘅 downtown 嗰度住嘅。咁嗰時我都有租過啲一房一廳嘅 apartment 啊。係 around 1100蚊到啦，係包埋水電嘅。Honestly， 我覺得呢一個租金咧，其實係算平噶啦，因為比 Vancouver 嘅 downtown apartment 嚟講啦，一房一廳係起碼2000蚊一個月啊。And to me, that's just a little bit expensive. Yeah. OK， 有人問我咧 ，Calgary 嘅治安係點㗎？安唔安全嘅 ？Calgary 嘅人咧係非常之溫順嘅 ，in my opinion 係溫順過好多其他城市嘅人嘅 ，especially 啲大城市。即係當你經過一個陌生人嘅時候啦，嗰個人真係會望住你對眼，跟住會同你笑啊，或者同你講 like good morning。And you know, people like that is kind of rare。每一個城市咧都會有佢雜同埋冇咁雜嘅地方嘅。Calgary is the same. Calgary 有佢雜嘅地方 ，you have to do your own research, right？ 我喺香港回流翻嚟嘅時候咧，我淨係讀緊中3嘅啫。咁我屋企人咧就想我去 downtown 嗰度一間名校嗰度讀嘅，咁所以我哋咧就特登搬咗去 downtown 嗰度住嘅。有好多人都會話唔好去 downtown 嗰度住，好雜啊，有好多會問你攞錢嗰啲人啊 ，like they're dangerous，like don't talk to them，blah blah blah，stay away from them。咁但係反而我覺得咧，佢哋係 係好安全嘅 ，like they're safe to be around. Honestly， 你唔理佢，佢唔理你，就算佢理你咧，佢都淨係向住你笑，同埋講 Good morning or you know， 你可唔可以俾少啲錢我 ？And that's it. Honestly, that's it. 佢哋未試過騷擾我，未試過 you know 鬧我 or anything like that. They're some of the sweetest people ever. Honestly， 我住喺 Calgary 咁耐啦，我都未試過有人跟蹤我啊，或者打我銀包啊 ，or you know 猛咁問我攞電話攞我個名啊 ，you know all that stuff. Like that has happened in other cities that I've lived in. But not in Calgary. Calgary 咧 I can feel safe. Like out of 10, I can give it an 8.5. Okay, so far 如果你中意呢條片嘅話咧，就記得 like、share 俾你啲朋友，免費訂閱我嘅 channel， 同埋唔記得撳埋個鐘仔。Okay, discrimination. Calgary 嘅歧視嚴唔嚴重咧？我諗我由細到大都未試過俾人歧視過㗎 ，which is a huge blessing to be honest。即係未試過有人話 ，you know like oh where are you from or go back to your country，you know that kind of stuff. It's never happened to me before。我細個嘅時候，我最 close 嘅 friend 啦，其實都係一啲白人啊或者一啲黑人嚟嘅。到我大個嘅時候，我識啲 friend 都係都係西人啊或者其他種族嘅人啦。喺 Calgary 嘅亞洲或者 like maybe specifically Chinese 嘅 community 係比較細少少啦，咁所以我識一啲 Chinese 嘅機會係比較少啲啦 ，which is unfortunate. I wish I would have more Chinese friends to be honest. As long as 你自己好 open-minded 同埋好 friendly 咧，咁其他人就唔會點樣 you know be rude to you or anything like that. Like people are really respectful in Calgary and they're very friendly, like I said before. 如果你考慮緊喺 Calgary 度住嘅話咧 honestly the first thing I recommend is a car 因為冇咗架車真係有啲唔方便，除非你住嘅地方同埋工作嘅地方好近 train station 啊或者 bus station 啊 then I wouldn't necessarily get a car， 但係如果唔係嘅話咧 yeah getting a car would be very beneficial。 如果你好似我咁唔想揸車嘅話咧，你就可以買車票或者呢個 monthly pass 嘅。咁一張成人嘅車票咧就3個半一張，每一張車票咧都係 last 90分鐘嘅，咁所以喺90分鐘之內咧，你可以不停咁樣轉車啊，或者由巴士嗰度轉去搭 C train 啊。So the most important thing is 當你上到個巴士嘅時候，你一定要問個巴士司機 May I have a transfer？ 咁嗰個巴士司機就會搣一張 transfer 嘅 slip 俾你啦，咁你就拎住嗰張 slip 係去轉車嘅。如果你每日返工放工都係要靠搭巴士啊或者 train 嘅話咧，我會 recommend 你買一個 monthly pass 嘅。So a monthly pass for this year is $109。你喺一個月內咧，你嗰個 monthly pass 咧係冇限時嘅，你可以猛咁轉車啊，猛咁搭巴士啊，搭 C train 啊，點都好啦。Like you don't need to ask for a transfer, you just need to show the driver your pass and you're good to go. Education。Okay， 我個人咧就覺得我爹哋媽咪擺我喺 Calgary 度讀書咧係一件好事嚟嘅，因為我平時咧就點講咧就比較貪玩啲啦。咁喺香港嘅時候我就中意出街啊，或者同我啲 friend 一齊 you know waste a bunch of time when we should have been studying。咁喺 Calgary 讀書咧就少啲呢啲 distractions 嘅，因為始終都係一個靜少少嘅城市啦，跟住冬天又比較凍啲啦，咁所以唔想出街玩。中4同埋中5咧其實都唔係話太難嘅。去到中6嘅時候咧，因為你要用嗰啲分數去考入去大學啦，咁所以係比較辛苦少少嘅，你要勤力2倍嘅。讀完高中之後咧，我就入咗去 Mount Royal University 嘅 business program。2年之後咧，我就 transfer 咗去 University of Calgary 嗰度讀佢哋嘅 business program。因為 UFC 嘅 business program 啦，喺全加拿大嚟講都幾出名咁，所以我就特登 transfer 咗去嗰度啦。跟住畢咗業之後3個月裏面我就揾到工啦已經。咁唔單止我短短3個月裏面可以揾到工啦，其實我其他啲朋友啦，讀 engineering 啊、accounting 啊或者 you know IT 啊嗰啲，佢哋個個都揾到工咁。So I know that our education system is doing something right. So overall 咧，我係非常之滿意我喺 Calgary 接受過嘅教育嘅，因為我覺得我學過嘅嘢真係用得着嘅。再加上我啲朋友啊，或者我以前啲舊同學啊，同埋啲先生啊 ，like we all still keep in touch and just send them an email and they'll still respond to you and help you with whatever questions you have. So yeah, I'm happy. 好啦，今日條片就嚟到呢一度啦。Hopefully I was able to answer most of your questions. If you still have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. 中意呢條片嘅話就記得 like, share 俾你啲朋友，免費訂閱我嘅 channel，同埋唔好唔記得撳埋個鐘仔。I will see you in the next video. Bye!